Hello, everyone. Hi, can you see and hear me okay? Please type in the chat if you can see and hear me clearly. Hi, everyone. Awesome. Okay, thank you. How's everyone doing today? How are we feeling? Are we ready to learn some English? While we wait for everybody to join in, if you could please type in the chat, where are you from? What is your nationality? I'm from the United States. I am American. Where are you from and what is your nationality? All right, so hello from Brazil, Pakistan. Hello from Turkey and India. Hi from Brazil. Hello from the Czech Republic. Hello from Albania, Turkey, Brazil, Bangladesh. Hello from Pakistan. Hello from Spain, Italy, Illinois. Hi from Turkey. We have a lot of students from Turkey today. Hello from Yemen. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you have joined the chat, please type in the chat, where are you from and what is your nationality? For example, I am from the United States. I am American. Yes, I will be sure to speak slowly today. Oh, happy Republic Day in Turkey. That is great. Thank you so much for joining. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone, if you join late, that is okay. You can always, when the session is over, you can watch the video from the beginning. Okay? Lovely. Well, let's get started. Today's topic is going to be all about nationalities. Does anyone know what a nationality is? Yeah, so a nationality is basically describing where you're from or where you are a citizen. Awesome. So a nationality is describing the nation you're from. And you can see here it says nation, nationality, nation. And what a nation is a large body of people united by common descent, history, culture, or language, inhibiting a country or territory. So that is what a nation is, often a country. A nationality is the state of being a citizen from that nation. So a nation could be Japan, a nationality would be Japanese. And today we're going to learn all the different nationalities, what creates a nationality. And before we get started, can you guys name some countries that you're familiar with? Maybe what countries have you traveled to? What countries do you know? Maybe what's your favorite country? So, what countries do you know? Okay, so we have Japan and Turkey, France, Australia, Croatia, Singapore. Yeah, love those countries. Awesome. Yeah. What do you know about the language spoken in these countries? So, what language do they speak in Japan? What language do they speak in Spain? hmm Often the language spoken in that country is also the nationality. So in Spain, they speak Spanish and their nationality is Spanish. Italy, their language is Italian, their nationality is Italian, right? But it's not like that for everything. And we'll get into that. So there's two things you can say for your nationality. You can be from a country, or you could be and then your nationality. So for example, I am from the United States, or I am American. You can't say I am United States because that's not the country, it's the nationality. Yeah, in Brazil, we speak Portuguese. Yeah. But in Brazil, your nationality is you're Brazilian, right? Not Portuguese. So the language is different than the nationality. Yes. So for example, I am from the USA, but I am American. So go ahead and type in the chat, where are you from? And then what is your nationality? I am from Turkey. I am Turkish. I am from Italy. I am Italian. Very good. Perfect. I am from Ethiopia. I am Ethiopian. I'm from Brazil. I am Brazilian. Perfect. Perfect. Another example. I am from Japan. I am Japanese. I speak Japanese. Right? I am from Mexico. I am Mexican. Yeah. And remember to always capitalize your country and your nationality. Good. So let's learn some new nationalities if you don't already know them. I'll have the country on this side and then the nationality on this side. So we have Argentina. You could either be Argentine as your nationality or Argentinian. We have Bangladesh. The nationality is Bangladeshi. China, Chinese. We have Denmark, Danish, Egypt, Egyptian, Finland, Finnish, Greece, Greek. Okay. From Ireland, your nationality is Irish. Laos, Lao. Nepal, Nepalese. Portugal, Portuguese. And so you can see there's some similarities. Some of them end in E's like that, right? A lot of them end in AN. If you're from Saudi Arabia, Saudi. Taiwan, Taiwanese. If you're from the UK, British. Vietnam, Vietnamese. Okay. So if I ask you, where are you from? You would say, I am from, and then your country. So if you're from Romania, I am from Romania. But if you want to ask the nationality, you would say, what nationality are you? And then you would say, I am, for example, I am Romanian. So what nationality are you? I am blank. Okay. Let's share a note here. So if you guys are ever confused about what the nationality is, and because there's so many countries, that's a lot of vocabulary to memorize. So some tips and tricks. A lot of times, the language they speak in that country is also the nationality. So if you are Italian, you speak Italian. So it's kind of the same. A lot. Another note is that most nationalities end in an, ish, or ese. Okay. And a lot of the nationalities are the language that they speak. So, like in France, French, German, and then Japanese. Is my camera clear? Can you guys see me still? Just want to make sure. Is it a little bit blurry? Okay. Maybe give it a second and it'll come back. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now let's go on to take a look at some nations, nationalities, and the language. So in Greece, the nationality is Greek, and they speak Greek. Spain, Spanish. In the USA, the nationality is American, but American can mean many things. It can mean you're from North America, South America, Central America, right? That's American. But the language is English. In Japan, the nationality, Japanese. The language, Japanese. And then we have France, French. So you see that the nationality and language is a lot of the time similar. So it might help to add, to just memorize the ones that are different. Yeah, Canada and Mexico. Good. Let's see. Here's a few more. We have the UK. The nationality is British, but the language is English. Brazil is Brazilian, yes. In Italy, the nationality is Italian. The language is Italian. In China, the nationality is Chinese, but the language is Mandarin. In Chile, the nationality is Chilean. The language is Spanish. And then in Egypt, the nationality is Egyptian, but the language is Arabic. Okay. In Turkey, it would be Turkish. The nationality is Turkish. And I can spell that out for you. Turkish. Let's look at some examples. So a country. For country, you would say, I live in Japan. To use it as an adjective, you could say he likes Japanese food. That's an adjective that you use with, I guess, the nationality. And then there's origin. So some ways you can talk about your origin. She is a Japanese person. She is from Japan, or she is Japanese. There's also language. She speaks Japanese. And notice how it's always capitalized. Okay, next, to describe a group, we have Spaniards often drink wine. You could also say Spanish people often drink wine. So that's how you would use it to describe people in a group. Okay. Let's take a break from that, and I have a challenge for you. Can you name as many countries as you can? Can you name as many countries as you can? And as you type those countries, can you also name the nationalities? So go ahead and type it out. We're going to have a challenge. Let's see how many you can write. And you can write it like this, maybe Japan - Japanese. Go ahead and type in the chat all of the countries you can and the nationalities. Okay. So again, you guys, I'm going to give you a minute to type as many countries as you can and the nationalities. So for example, Japan, Japanese. Perfect. Nice job. You guys are typing a lot. Very good. All right, good job, you guys. You can continue with the challenge throughout the lesson if you would like. Very good job. All right, let's move on to the geographic region or continent. So there are nationalities for countries, but there's also adjectives to describe where you're from based on your continent, based on your state or city. And so we're going to learn a few and then also how to use it as a noun. So if you are from Africa, the continent Africa, the adjective for your nationality would be African, and the noun, an African. If you are from Asia, the adjective is Asian. The noun would be an Asian. Okay. If you are from Europe, the adjective is European. And for this one, it is a European, not an European. Okay, we only use an with an A next to it because it's A and A. Okay. Next we have, if you are from the continent or the region Central America, you would be Central American, a Central American. If you are from the region of the Middle East, your adjective is Middle Eastern, and the noun is a Middle Easterner. If you're from South America, your adjective is South American, a South American. If you are from North America, your adjective, North American, and a North American. So for example, if someone says, what nationality are you or what continent are you from? You could say, I am from North America. I am North American. Or maybe she is a North American. So go ahead and type in the chat based on what continent or region you're from. What adjective are you? So since I'm from North America, I would say I am North American. Perfect job, 10 meter. I am from Turkey. I'm European. Perfect. Okay. All right, I am from Asia. I am Japanese. Very good. Is the live connection not good? I don't know if it's better to refresh. I'm so sorry. It says I have 3 bars, which is good. Okay, Let me know if it's better now. But yeah, just type in the chat based on what region or you are from. I am in blank. Okay? Awesome. Put that here. And then we're going to talk about one more thing. Did you guys know that cities can also be transformed into adjectives and nouns? So, have you ever heard the term, she is a New Yorker? Have you heard that as an adjective or a noun? She is a New Yorker. Or a Parisian. Have you heard Sydney Sider or a Londoner? Yeah. So what happens is people also use cities to use as adjectives and nouns. And if you have a name for your city, a noun for your city, please type it in the chat. So if you're from Paris, Parisian or a Parisian. If you're from New York, the adjective is New York. The noun is New Yorker. If you're from Sydney, Sydney or a Sydney Sider. If you're from London, adjective is London. The noun is a Londoner. If you are from Cape Town, and I think this is pronounced a Capetonian. If you're from New Delhi, I think it's called a Delhiite. I am from Cincinnati, and mine is called a Cincinnatian. So a lot of times they just add IAN at the end. Do you have a noun based on the city that you're from? If you do, just type in the chat if you have a city created into a noun. Yes, that is correct. All right. Do we have any questions so far? If you have any questions, please just type them in the chat. Istanbulis. That's cool. Yeah, a lot of times I've heard I'm a New Yorker or a Parisian. And the cool thing about a New Yorker is a lot of times you can hear their accent, the New York accent, New Yorker. Nothing for Tokyo? Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. Did you guys know a Berliner. Yeah, I've heard of a Berliner. Very cool. But did you know that if it's possible to have a dual nationality, that means more than one nationality. So if your parents are from more than one country, so let's say your mom is from one country, but your dad is from another country, you could have two nationalities. Also, if you're a citizen in more than one country, you could also have multiple nationalities. And so I'll give you an example of what that can look like. But does anybody in this chat have multiple nationalities? Maybe you were born in China, but you moved to France when you were 2. You could have 2 nationalities. No? In the United States, we are a big melting pot. And so, what that means is many of us are immigrants. So, it's common for everybody to have multiple nationalities. Okay, so if you are born in Japan but live in the USA, you could be a Japanese American. And a lot of times they all combine it. So for example, I am Irish American. So my family immigrated from Ireland, and so what that makes me is Irish American. You could also say something like, I am Cuban and Italian. Or you could do it like this, where you hyphenate the words. You could also say something, if you're three, I am French, Dutch, and German. So if you are a dual national citizen, go ahead and type in the chat what you are. So maybe I am Irish American, I am Cuban and Italian. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is how we show our pride for our nation. So many people take pride in their nationality in many ways. So, can you tell me, how do we cheer for our nation? How do we represent a nation? What does your country do? We'll talk about how you can take pride in your nationality. So, every country has a flag. So, maybe you have your flag. An anthem. An anthem is a song that represents your country. Ours is called the national anthem. hmm You could represent it in a sport. Um, in the United States, we are big on American football and we take pride in our sport. You can show it by your language, holidays, traditions, or animals. For example, maybe in Australia with the kangaroos. So type in the chat, what is your country well known for? So when someone talks about your country, what do you think of? In the USA, our biggest holiday is the 4th of July, the Independence Day. Um, the food, hamburgers. Our national animal is a bald eagle. Also, the Statue of Liberty. When I think of France, I think of the Eiffel Tower. So, what is your country or nation well known for? You can type in the chat. Okay, wine, beer, the Indian flag, sushi. What else? It could be a food, a sport, nature. Okay. It could be a monument. A kebab, biryani, a doner kebab. Yeah. Okay. We are going to play a game. I'm going to give you some famous things from a country, and you have to guess what country it is. So type in the chat, what country is this? This country is known for kangaroos, the outback, and the monument, the Sydney Opera House. What country is it? Perfect. The country is Australia. And what nationality is Australia? Australian. Very good. Okay, name that country. They are well known for pizza, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and espresso. Very good. Yes, this is Italy. What nationality is Italy? Italian. You guys are awesome. Good job. Okay, name that country. There is the holiday Day of the Dead, tacos, and mariachi. What country is this? This is Mexico. What is the nationality of someone from Mexico? It is Mexican. Good. Name that country. This country is known for the Taj Mahal, cricket, and Bollywood. Name that country. Yes, it is India. And what nationality is India? Someone from India. Someone from India is Indian. Awesome. You guys are so good. I love this game. Okay. It's common, or did you know that nations typically have a national animal, sometimes a national plant? What is your country's national animal? My country's national animal is a bald eagle. What is your national animal? Some examples in the USA, the national animal is a bald eagle. In Tanzania, theirs is a giraffe. In Thailand, their national animal is an elephant. In Costa Rica, their national animal is a sloth. Oh, in Vietnam, it's a buffalo. In India, a tiger. In Turkey, it's a wolf. I'm learning new things. Thank you guys for teaching me as well. Okay. Very cool. So we're going to take a quiz, another quiz. If you are from blank country, what nationality are you? So, for example, if you're from Greece, you guys would type in the chat Greek. Okay? And we're going to answer 4 at a time. So I'm just going to cover the answers. And can you just write in the chat bullet points of the nationalities? Okay. We have Colombia, Germany, Sweden, China, and Indonesia. So go ahead and write all 4 answers in the chat, or 5 answers. And I'll give you guys a second. It's not wrong to say, what's your nationality? That's okay to say. But typically, it's more common to say, where are you from? All right, so the first one, Colombian, German, Swedish, Chinese, Indonesian. Did you guys get them all right? Okay, we have one more. Name all 4. What's the nationality from Spain, the UK, Laos, and Russia? Okay, type all four in the chat. Yep. If you're from Spain, you're Spanish. If you're from the UK, you are British. If you're from Laos, you're Lao. And if you're from Russia, Russian. Very good. And if you guys feel like you need more practice, you can look up the terms online. Unfortunately, I can't do all of the countries in just one live session. So you will have to study that on your own. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think this is the last thing we'll talk about is capitals. What is the capital of your country? For example, the capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. What is the capital of your country? Okay, if you know the capital of your country, can you name some more? Okay, so typically the capital tends to be the biggest city, but sometimes it is not. Just like the United States, you would think it was New York, but the capital is actually Washington, D.C. So it's not always the biggest city. So we'll learn some today in alphabetical order of some random countries. Afghanistan is Kabul. In Belgium, it's Brussels. In Canada, it's Ottawa. In Denmark, it's Copenhagen. Just some fun facts for you. Next, we have in Egypt, the capital is Cairo. In Fiji, it's Suva. Germany is Berlin. Hungary is Budapest. In India, the capital is New Delhi. Japan is Tokyo. Nepal is Kathmandu. Peru is Lima. In Russia, the capital is Moscow. In South Korea, it's Seoul. In the USA, it's Washington, D.C., which is not a state, and it's not in a state. In Vietnam, it is Hanoi. Okay, so just some random fun facts of some capitals and countries. And I have a trivia question. What sport event gathers people from all different nationalities? So what sport event brings people from all over the world to the same place? And I love this question because it has to do with nationalities. Yes, it is the Olympics. The Olympics. Does your country participate in the Olympics? If so, what is your favorite event to watch during the Olympics? For example, my favorite event to watch during the Olympics is ice skating. What is your favorite event to watch during the Olympics? And does anyone know where is the next Olympics? What country is the next Olympics? Oh, so you like to watch gymnastics, running, swimming. Hmm. I love the Olympics because you can see everybody from all over the world. Yeah, it's so cool. How do people support their country during the Olympics? Okay, so the big thing is how. How do they cheer on their team during the Olympics? I would say maybe they bring the flag, or maybe they wear something from that country. Yeah. Or they cheer, go India. So that's how they support their country. Okay, I think this is the last activity. Type in the chat, is it a country or a nationality? You can type C for country and N for nationality. So, is Belgian a country or nationality? Belgian is a nationality. The country is Belgium. Okay. Chad. Is Chad a country or nationality? Chad is a country. C for country. Honduran. Is Honduran a country or a nationality? Yeah. Honduran is a nationality. The country is Honduras. I think this is the last one. Malaysia. Is Malaysia a country or a nationality? It's a country. The nationality would be Malaysian. Norwegian. Is Norwegian a country or a nationality? Norwegian is a nationality. The country is Norway. Spanish. Is Spanish a country or a nationality? Spanish is a nationality. The country would be Spain. Okay, I think I only have two for these, and then we're done. Can you name the nationality? So type in the chat, what's the nationality for someone who is from Europe? If you're from Europe, what is your nationality? European. If you are from Greece, what is your nationality? If you are from Greece, you are Greek. Awesome. Well, I'm so sorry. I ran out of cards there. But does anyone have any questions for me? If you have questions, please just type in the chat. A quick reminder, if you joined late, no worries. You can watch the video from the beginning after the live session is over. Thank you guys so much for joining the live session today. Do we have any questions for me? No? Thank you. Thank you very much. Awesome. Okay. Well, I had so much fun with you guys today. I hope you learned something about nationalities. And I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye. See you next time.